At first glance, Zanzibar is a picture of paradise. The tropical weather, palm-fringed white sand beaches, and spectacular views leave visitors feeling they've journeyed to the very edge of the earth. But this vision of an island paradise is only half the story. In recent years, another side to Zanzibar, often hidden to outsiders, has emerged. The face of radical Islam. Islam's roots along Africa's east coast go back more than 1,000 years. Intelligence officials believe the stretch of land from Sudan to this island off the coast of Tanzania, now a fertile ground for militant fundamentalists. Zanzibar's shift towards radical Islam is led in part by Sheikh Khalid Hamdan. He heads up a group that wants to turn Zanzibar into what Afghanistan used to look like under the Taliban, the kind of island where Sharia law, which includes punishments like amputation, stoning, and beheading, would be the law of the land.
Sharia law is the basis of all law. It allows us to render judgment based on the Quran against those who don't follow the laws of Allah.
97% of Zanzibar's population practices the Islamic faith. The remaining mix is a combination of Christian and Hindu. But Hamdan is not satisfied. He wants everyone to convert to Islam.
It is our duty to spread Islam and to especially try to convince the Christians to change their faith. A man has the right to choose his religion, but once he is a Muslim, then he has lost that right. If he changes under the laws of Sharia, he should be put to death.
While not all Muslims on the island share his radical ideology, a growing number are attracted to the allure of fanatical Islam. Life for Zanzibar's tiny Christian minority has become increasingly difficult as a segment of the Muslim population here pushes for a more stricter and radical interpretation of Islamic law. The Zanzibari constitution guarantees freedom of religion, but recent converts to Christianity in particular feel the constitution cannot protect them.
The Muslims are teaching people to hate Christians, that if you behead a Christian, you will go to heaven. After I became a Christian, the Muslims excommunicated me.
Meanwhile, other Christians say they face constant threats. For example, just walk into church on Sunday morning.
When I go to church, Muslim men along the way hurl abuses at me. They call me an infidel. They call me a prostitute because I do not cover my face like other Muslim women do. Even the Muslim friends I have told me that this island belongs to them and that Christians are not welcome.
And the hostility has gone far beyond insults and threats. In fact, in recent years, several churches have been attacked and burned down. Rodney Lobo pastors a small church on the island.
The people are made to believe that Christians should not worship in Zanzibar because Zanzibar is Muslim.
Lobo and others here worry what's happening in Zanzibar is just part of a bigger agenda by radical Muslims to turn Africa into the first Islamic continent. Despite these tensions, the tiny evangelical church in Zanzibar is growing. Dickinson Kanganga has witnessed this firsthand as pastor of one of the fastest growing churches on the island.
I can see there is a revival, big revival, coming to the church today.
Fueled in part, he says, by miracles.
A lot of people here are being tormented by the demons, and I've seen them coming to the church and God setting them free. I've seen people coming here with deaf ears, and when you pray, you realize that they are demons, you know.
Susie Solomon is one of the many who experienced God's healing power after years of battling disease.
After 2 years of suffering from constant malaria attacks, God has healed me.
And apparently the healings are creating a stir on the island, and even the Muslims are being drawn into the church services.
A lot of Muslims comes in the service, and I have seen God healing them, setting them free.
And according to Kakanga, it's not only the miracle service that's bringing crowds, but also the sound of praise.
Some are attracted by the music, the kind of the music we are playing. And by that way, they listen the message and they got saved.
As the churches grow on the island, so does the hostility.
The biggest threat to our Islamic faith today is the influence of Christianity and Western culture.
Yet in the face of persecution, Christians in Zanzibar say they'll continue to spread the message of Christ.
We still come together and worship. We still encourage one another. We still preach love.
I see there is a big revival all over the island because we are seeing the great harvest, and because we have opened our spiritual eyes to see that there is something which is happening. That's why people are coming to the church. They come depressed, they meet Jesus Christ setting them free.